Hello and welcome to Horsemanship 101 again. Today I want to talk about, well, I made a mistake. I've talked about many of my videos. I'm big on safety. I talk about thinking ahead, planning ahead, expecting the unexpected, accommodating circumstances and situations. And, anyhow, I've also pointed out in various videos that I've given examples of how other people haven't thought ahead and bad choices ended in bad results. And of course, I also said at the same time we all make mistakes. Well, I made one too just the other day, and I want to talk about that because it's a perfect example of what not to do. Had the little girl here out for a ride, going down the road, and I hear a truck coming up from behind. No big deal. She's normally very good with traffic. I've had grain trucks and stuff go by while we've been riding in the ditch. I've even had cars go right past us a few feet away on the road. However, I have never had a truck go past us while we're on the road, and much less that. I usually turn her around so she faces the vehicle, because if she sees something coming, it's not a big deal. She can think about it and go, yeah, well, I'm not worried about it. If it comes up from behind, she doesn't see it coming and it gets her by surprise, that's another story, and that's very typical horse behavior, is when things come from behind, it's a little scarier than if it comes towards them from the front. So, I'm riding down the road. I hear this truck coming up behind me. I hear him slowing down and dropping a gear, which is really nice of him, being very respectful to the fact there's a rider on the road. And I just reached up with one arm and kind of waved him ahead to, let him know it's okay. Don't worry about it. I hear him coming. All fine and dandy, except just as this semi with the Super Bees goes past us, she rears up and does a 180 and ends up pointing the other direction. Immediately comes back to a stop, so that wasn't bad, and fortunately I didn't end up on the ground, but I was actually caught by surprise because I didn't expect that. However, there was a couple things happened there. First off, that's the first time a truck had ever gone by that close to her, and secondly, it also came up from behind. I didn't turn around to face it. So I made a couple of bad choices. I also got complacent, and that's a big mistake a lot of people make. Get too comfortable around our horses. We forget that they're horses and they're capable of doing absolutely anything at any given time that is in the horse nature, and we get way too comfortable, and when that happens, we aren't expecting it, and because we're not expecting it, we get hurt. Fortunately, nothing bad happened. I didn't get unseated. All good. Overall, she didn't overreact. She didn't go bolting off down the road. She actually only moved about maybe 10 feet at most, and so it really wasn't a big deal, but it was just a perfect example of how we get a little bit too comfortable, a little too complacent, and that's when bad things can happen. It's real simple. All you got to do is make one little mistake, and that's what happens. Okay, I made a couple. I was closer to that truck than we normally have ever been before. Also didn't face her, and I got a little too comfortable with my little horse that, traffic and machinery just doesn't bother her much. Well, that day it did. So there you go. Use your head, think ahead, plan ahead, never get too comfortable, because there's still a horse. Have a good day, folks.